brings for distributed ledger in the future is that it will enable all kinds of new business models to emerge. Decentralized business models. Today, we basically have very, very centralized models where the big companies have a lot of the control and control a lot of the access to data. In the media industry, for example, a decentralized future will enable the artists to have much more control over how they distribute their content and how they are compensated for that content and how they will be able to get much more of the value out of the content that they create, because we'll have much more streamlined operational processes, a lot fewer middlemen involved, because through smart contracts you can actually automate a lot of the payments and the tracking of those digital rights and who's accessing a song or a movie, and they can pay just for that song or the movie, and then the smart contract can then make the payment automatically to the artists and the others involved in the production. It's going to increase efficiencies in the media industry tremendously. I think supply chain is going to be one of the sectors that's going to benefit most from distributed ledger technology. At Atlas City, we built the Catalyst network specifically to be able to facilitate very high transaction throughputs that are required in supply chain and supply chain management, to be able to track or tokenize provenance of food or packages so that you could trace the life cycle of a package or food throughout the supply chain. That requires very, very high throughput capabilities and the ability to connect to IoT devices. We found that the existing technologies that were on the market were not able to effectively and efficiently connect to IoT devices and have the kind of scalability and transaction throughput that are required to be practical in supply chain. Because when you think about it, we're talking about millions and millions and millions of data points.
Recycling is a huge opportunity, I believe. So just looking at how we can actually tokenize and be able to create the right incentives for people to recycle. We're working with companies doing exactly that. They're looking at creating deposit schemes with the government so that you can tokenize plastics and encourage people to recycle. And some countries like Greece have even bigger problems in this area. So there's an export market here. So we can get the technology developed in the UK. There's a global export market here. So it solves real environmental problems, but it creates real opportunities for business and trade in this country. Energy is another area, so energy trading. We're working with a company over in Bristol who is tokenizing energy, so that you can actually not only tokenize the energy, but you can actually manage the carbon credits off that. So you can actually really benefit people from using green energy more. And that feeds into data centers and cloud providers so that they can actually start to just make sure that the energy they're using is green energy.
This company needs to be able to tokenize or prove the provenance of this energy that's stored. So they need to be able to prove that this unit of energy came from a renewable source. Why do they need to do that? Because in some cases, consumers are willing to pay a little bit more if they can be sure that their energy comes from a renewable source. And this company also has a great idea. They're actually going to create an impact shopping platform where if you go to the impact shopping platforms, companies are going to offer their products at a little bit of a discount. And that discount will go into funding the next grid level storage of renewable energy project. So consumers get to actually participate in making the planet better for renewable energy. This industry of blockchain and distributed ledger and distributed computing more broadly is still at a very early stage. And I think at this stage, it's really important for people to be able to come together at an event like Blockchain Live, to be able to share their experiences, to talk about the projects that they're working on, to make the connections between something that we might be doing and somebody that has a need for what Catalyst can do for them. So it's a really important event, I think, especially at this stage of the development of the industry.